Hi, everybody. It's your favorite 917 rated MPO player, Ben Corno here. I'm here to do an unboxing of some stuff that I bought from Ed Busch, owner operator of, I hope this is common knowledge now, Soaring Eagles discs, what we now currently know as Ed's Disc Store. I was really excited to order some discs from Ed, and he's got a lot of cool stuff coming up, lots of news, lots of visibility, and I just wanted to start this video by giving my big props to Ed. Nobody in our region probably deserves more positive vibes coming back to them than Ed. He's a booster. I'm sure, maybe some of you have been fortunate enough to receive a text message from Ed, like literally as you're tapping out on the 18th hole of your last round, and he's like, great round. And you're like, who the hell is watching this right now? But you know who's watching? Ed's watching. So just love you, buddy. And let's see what we got. I have not looked in this box yet. I really need to be very honest with you. I've not looked, but I believe there's some fire stuff. There might be no fire stuff, so no promises, but I bet there's a couple fire things. This first thing I actually have seen, because Daryl was like, oh, and a bonus disc. We got something called a Pro Destroyer. She's stiff. It's not one of those Pro Destroyers from back in the day that was like, and like loosey and wide. She's tight. She's tight. I like to call them, I'll call this stuff tight when it's like this, because it's like tough. We're going to see about that. We're going to see about all these. Ed was telling me about this. Very excited. We got the XT plastic Rock X3. I love the Rock X3 mold and have thrown many different varieties. I've thrown like the Glow Halloween stuff. I've thrown, I had like a first run, which I just loved, and I lost a couple of years ago without really knowing why. And I like XT plastic, but I don't get a lot of discs in it. So this, it's like, there are dream combinations of plastics for a child like me. And I think that something like this is one of those things where it's like, beats in, the plastic has some inherent understability, but the mold has like the counteractive stability. Really looking forward to this. Thank you, Ed. What do we got here? Ooh, an R Pro Rhino, an absolute must-have if you've ever played on Salt Spring Island. I almost wonder if Ed knows about how prolific the R Pro Rhino is on Salt Spring. This was like, there was a period of time when I started playing where it was like 1 in 2 people bagged an R Pro Rhino, and half of them were putting with it. Really cool, kind of taught me a lot about my like forehand flick game, straight. So the other thing I wanted to commit to is like, I actually plan to bag probably most of these for a while. I really want to like live in this world of this is my new bag. I really like what's going on with my bag right now, so this is kind of a tough challenge, but I'm just gonna go for it. I've pretty much maxed out my achievements, so it's all downhill from here, and I might as well start throwing the R Pro Rhino as an approach disc. Ooh, it's nice. I already changed it forever. Fuck yeah. What do we got here? Ooh, this is another one of those plastic combo to mold beauties. We got the G-Star Thunderbird. Very nice. I have actually dabbled in the G-Star Thunderbird before, but mine was not quite as, there's this word again, tight. This one's tight. It's not flat. It's not flexy. This could be really hot. This could be hot. Loving what Innova's doing with the stamps lately. I love their like return to the characters, and I don't mind the updates of some of the character graphics. I think they're just really, it's a smart choice. Love this disc. Have loved it forever, and will always throw it. And in base plastic, this is such a good disc. I love this stuff. It's weird because it's like, I wouldn't call it the most glidey thing, but it's like straight. And the thing is like, if you hit it hard enough, it does glide. Like it's a weird, I think you guys like, maybe you understand how this works. I don't. I just sort of throw them and I'm like, it is flying or whatever. But yeah, love this color too. Really nice. Got Shamrock Shake vibes here. What do we got here? Ooh, a mold I've never bagged. We got the Star Mystere. 166. A Mystere to me. Love the rainbow. I've seen a lot of people smoke these things. There was like the first runs. A lot of people bought the first runs on Salt Spring. I will give this a hit. So what are we talking about? 11, 6, neg 2, 2. I think this thing is sort of like, it's like being like a grown-up beast. One speed faster beast. But I also trust the 166. We're going to look out. There's a possibility that you're checking with me in like 4 years and like, what was that? And I'm like, and someone's like, oh, that's Corno's old Mystere. Like, it's maybe going to happen. Look out. Ooh. Yeah. I haven't felt one of these yet. What do we got? We got stiff. We got very flat. Potential to beat in. Will he throw it? It's the 10-year anniversary. I don't have one as a collector yet. I said I was going to bag all them, but I have a reasonable Sexton collection. I have a 2017. I have an April Fool's. I have at least one of the 2018s, and I have a 2019 into 2020, and I might have a 21. I kind of fell off a little bit. It's like when when your favorite band starts like making this okay records, and you're like, maybe I don't buy every record anymore. That's kind of where I'm at with this, but love this stamp, and I love the return to the oh my, you see it, and you're like, oh my god, 2015, and then you're like, oh, it's a 10th anniversary. Love them. Love the purple foil. I have many, so this is probably the collectible. Ed was talking about this baby. And I do like this stuff. The Proto Glow Turn. He said these babies are hot. So, for those of you that know, I throw like a child. Like actually, that's kind of slagging a lot of the kids in our region. But something like the Turn is like something that can actually be quite useful to a child such as I. And he said that they were stable. And like, it's weird, like, my problem with the Turn has never really been its like understability, if anything, or its unreliability. It's been more just sort of like, once you fall into an end of a distance driver groove, I think it's tough to bag. It's tough to bag like a beat up destroyer and a couple of wraiths and a Shrike and a Turn. And like, I really trended towards the Shrike because I had a really good like Halo Shrike that I threw for a long time. Maybe you guys remember, probably most of you remember. And I had a couple turns, but I never hit them that hard. But I have a feeling like, as a person who can't really seem to get their hands on a trail, I'm going to pretend this is a trail. And I bet it is. Okay. I got one of these because I was like, ugh, I love the old Innova Glow Wraiths were so good. That first bunch of Champ plastic wraiths they made were so good, and I love the feel of these things. And I'm happy to have these. I'm not even mincing my words. Very happy. Forehand, super friendly, nice and flat, super flat, nice rim. It's all good. Boom, send it. What else we got here? Ooh, look out. Dangerous. What's he gonna do with it? Probably not much. The Garrett Girthy Halo Wraith. I think I saw a video of this guy named Matt Dixon in Nanaimo throwing one of these. And it seemed to have a reasonable amount of like pick up and go. That's another way to say glide, or straight flying and gliding. Love the graphic. Big time face hugger energy going on. And Domi, Poppy, I think I have a spot for this. And really I should. And I've been throwing like this kind of old Star Wraith in this slot, but it's kind of straight and it's not as pretty. And like I said, I'm kind of leaning into this stuff. So love the color combo. We got one more. I do love me one of these. I have a TL3 that I love. So we got the Jessica Weiss TL3. Maybe a lot of people don't know about me, but I met Jessica Weiss's mom, Sherry Weiss, at a disc golf park in Northern California. And she was like doing like, she like had the lost discs. She was in possession of the lost discs, and she was selling discs, like collectibles. And she was also selling. No, I don't have anything. She was selling collectibles, and she was also selling new stuff. And she had these like Garrett Girthy Emperors because Jessica Weeson and Garrett Girth used to be a couple. I don't think they are anymore. But I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. But she had all these like Garrett Girthy like Albatross Ace from LVC discs, like, and she had them like it was like she literally had them a week after the Ace had happened, and I was like, whoa, this is like, it was so great to see the like sort of the connectivity of the community, or like the way the community like connected that way, where I was like, it was like my friends and I literally had watched the LVC coverage at the beginning of our trip, and then here this lady was like having like being like, oh, these are like just really, and I was like, they were just released like 3 days ago, or like made 3 days ago, but it is Northern California, so it's like actually very plausible that like that all. But needless to say, the TL3 dope run. The TL3 is another thing where like plastic I think really matters a lot, because when you do stable it up a little bit with some nice plastic, now you're getting what you want. You get something that beats in, goes straight. I have a Halo TL3 that's maybe even a little more stable than I'd wanted it to be, but it's kind of become my T-Bird. Yeah, I had a great time doing this video. I always have a great time thinking about Ed Busch, and thanks again, Ed. Love you, buddy, and looking forward to, I guess, seeing more about Soaring Eagles.